maybe that is live. Now that's live. A minute. Every time. Every time. Well, hello. This is the Bennett 10 for today. We'll give it just a second if people want to join in. Hope you're having a good end to your week. Just wanted to do some more updates for us today and maybe give you something to think about as we engage some things. As you should all know by now that the Journey to Racial Justice work is underway for the Foundry community. That work had been planned and in the works for years. It just happens that we were beginning some of the implementation. So just so you know, in these early stages, we made our way through the survey to give us an idea of where we are. And right this minute, we're making our way just through some foundational classes to give us some common baseline language before we move into the more strategic planning phase that will happen at the beginning of next year. And that work will help us to set the classes, the small groups, the discussions that we will have together as we work around cultural change for the Foundry congregation. And that's if you never looked at what it takes for cultural change in an organization, it's 5 to 6 years on the fast side. But the work that we're doing right now is something for this entire congregation to own so that we really change the way that we operate, both consciously in our interactions together and unconsciously in our interactions together, and even our hiring practices and the way that we approach worship and everything else. So it's all really critical work, but it's by no means over in just a day or anything like that. Brian's going to put the links for the remaining classes that we have in October, and I hope that if you have a chance that you'll take advantage of those. Tomorrow is one of them. We'll do some biblical foundations on racial justice, and then we'll have some more later on in this month, and a few more options before this year's out. And like I said, as we move toward that more strategic planning phase. Now, for all of us, I mean, you may have noticed that we're in a little different. I'm in a little different location. We made our way down toward North Carolina to get a little break with get some help from grandparents with watching our 2-year-old George, and give us a little bit of a chance to recover some sanity, I suppose. I don't know, or energy. One of those two. Are they different? They're probably the same. So that's the difference of scenery. But as we do talk about things like racial justice and cultural shift for our Foundry community, I'll leave you with this image. Since we're down here in North Carolina at the beach, one image is sticking with me, and I don't know if it matters that if it's engaging conversations, like frank conversations around racial justice, or something else large that you're facing. But I noticed with our toddler that we really, really wanted him to get comfortable with the ocean and the beach, because why not? It's fun. But he obviously needed to go at his own pace. But watching the significant shift from running and screaming in order to get away from small waves that were coming to touch his feet, to, of course, screaming and crying when it was time to leave, takes time and takes multiple exposures. And of course, that's going to be true for any large thing that we're trying to do, especially for kids and their development, but for us as well, as we take on more and more difficult topics or more and more difficult conversations. So all of these classes that we're setting are just the ways for you to start getting a little closer to getting your feet in the water, so you can get in there and jump and play around and be safe. And hopefully you'll find a day when it's a little less maddening a little less screaming and running away from it, and a little more comfort in being able to engage it more fully for a better relationship with each other, and maybe getting us to a place where if we're being pulled away from those conversations that are authentic and life-giving, that we would run and scream to try and make our way back to a place where we are having life-giving and authentic conversations. Maybe that's a good image. I don't know. I hope that whatever you're facing today, whatever you've got planned for this weekend, you can do it well and do it safe. Hope you had a chance to do the census. We've been talking about it for months and months. That's officially ending. Hope you have your ballot in hand, that you've gone and voted. Hope you are taking caution to wear your mask. Keep yourself safe. Keep each other safe. Watch out for one another. Make a plan. Get it done. And we will see you on Sunday. Bye, friends.